Yeet skeet my dudes, it's your waifu. I'm doing a review today of Dahack. I built this kit on our live stream and as requested, I'm gonna show you what I think about him. Alright, so here's our little guy. First of all, I'm gonna talk about the way he looks, which is one of the most important things to me. As you can see, he has really cool color scheme. So he is gray with blue and some flashy yellow accents. I really love that. I do think the yellow accents make this like a complete look. Um, for his face, you can see he has a red face with green eyes. These are stickers. And also a little green accent on top of his head. And his beams are red. So the beams match his eyes. Um, he also has these shields, which are also just a grayish, whitish color. The overall design of this, I thought his proportions were kind of funny. So his body and his head are perfectly in proportion. His shoulders also kind of match. And then he has like pretty chunky underarms and little tiny hands. Um, and then here is a very short waist and then super long legs. I don't hate this. I actually like the strange proportions. It's fine with me. He also has very funny feet. As you can see, they're like more claws than actual feet. Level of detail is pretty good in this one. You can see there's some cut out details in here. Let me see if you can see it on camera. There you go. See these little details. He's molded pretty well. I do enjoy these details. Also here on the back you can see he has more details that are indented into the plastic. What I also really liked is for these yellow parts, oops, he fell apart there. These yellow parts, they're actually attached through the inside. So when you lift up the shield, there's a big part inside, which means that it makes these parts look very natural. They protrude from the inside the way they should. Um, no, put this back in here. All right. Um, the articulation. So he can move his head up and down. He can also wiggle it side to side. This is the only movement he has in his head. You cannot make him do the chicken nans like I've heard some of you guys say. So he doesn't move that way. He also has his shoulders, which turn all the way around. They're ball joints, so pretty movable. There goes his waist. We'll talk about that later. His arms twist like this. Sorry, there you go. This moves like this. Yep, there you go. The hands, I'm gonna be very careful with this one. Oh, there you go. Gonna be very careful. So this one is also a ball joint. However, she's very loose. So if I touch it, there you go. It's attached. So the hands, they move obviously all the way around because they are a ball joint. They also move this way. I'm gonna try to show you. See, that way. Because it's a separate joint. You also have a separate pair of hands. These are meant for when you want to attach the blast shields, because the blast shields go that way. Obviously, he cannot do that movement that way. See, this points down and this one points towards you. This one also has a ball joint, so you will be able to move him around like that. And you can also make him go like this. So that does give you a lot of options for posing the hands. The fingers are not movable. They're all steady. I'm gonna put him back in there and we'll continue. He has a ball joint for the waist. So if we wiggle him around, there we go. You can pose him pretty well. However, I found that the waist joint is a little bit loose, so you have to be careful. He pops up very easily. Hips, also ball joints, so you can move them very freely. There we go. See, you can move them whichever way you want. It stops here, so the most you can do is that. That's a split. Sideways, you can move these like this. And, oop, there we go. You can move it like this. Normally, you can also move this part, but it's pretty hard to move. There you go. You can move this from side to side. Nope, it's not doing it. Okay, so you move the hip around and then you can move this part. You can also move his little feet a little bit. They don't have much movement, so it's just back and forth. There you go. That's all for movement. Separately, he has his little blast beams in the back. They can twist around, so you can move them that way. However, you have to be a little bit careful. If you move them too much, they do pop out. So I'm gonna steady them again. They also move this way. See? So down and up. You can move them separately in here. There you go. See, this also moves. And then there you go. That's the full movement. So you can pose them pretty well. He has 4 of those. So I like to make him point forward quite a bit. Like this. Whoop, his hand popped off again. There we go. In terms of stability, this is important to me. I'm gonna show you. So this one is actually pretty stable. Okay, so he's pretty stable to stand on, which was surprising because he has these tiny little feet. But as you can see, he actually stands on his own. So I was surprised by that. He does it pretty well if you put him straight, so you do have to find your balance a little bit because he doesn't have much room to stand. However, if you give him a little balance, there you go. See, it's fine. He can do a lot of movement without falling over. Of course, you can also put him on a stand. So if you don't really care about that, let's see. He also comes with his own stand, which I always appreciate. I like when a kit comes with its own stand. You don't need to worry about it too much. This is a static stand. So as you can see, there's 2 slots in here to put these pieces. So there's one that goes straight up, and then there's one that goes down a little bit more. So you can choose which angle you like. If you want to have them a little bit higher up, there's also a separate piece. So you can connect this piece to that. There you go. And then you just slide it in wherever you like and you can put it on there. So this one makes him lean over a little bit more. If you take the other part, there you go. This one, see, it goes straight up. So really cool, pretty little stand. It's a see-through finish. There you go, like a transparent blue. It matches his color scheme quite nicely, so pretty happy with that. He also comes with these blast shields. The way they attach is with a separate pair of hands. I'm gonna try and show you on camera. So they attach this way. Let me see. There's a little bit of room here. You can see this is where the thumb goes. So you take a separate set of hands and you just click them in there. And then they attach that way to your model. So he blasts them straight towards the camera, which is pretty cool. I'm happy they gave a separate set of hands. So you don't need to worry about them too much. You can keep them attached to your blast shields. And whenever you want to pop them on, it's very easy to just switch them out. There you go. I'll give you a little demo. We're gonna do this one because it pops off straight away anyway. That's this hand. So pop it in there. Let's see if it's gonna stay. There you go. See? Bam! So some things to be aware of when you build this kit. It's very enjoyable to build. I had very little problems. It's just that the waist is a little bit loose. It does pop off regularly. And also the hands aren't very sturdy, so they're very easy to pop out as well. Which means if you're posing the hands, you might have to reattach them a couple of times before they do exactly what you want them to. Especially with like the blast shield, because the joint isn't very strong. It means that the blast shield falls over pretty easily, but I'll fix that with some nail polish. It's not that big of a deal. Also, the parts in the back, I'm going to flip him over. These ones also come out quite easily while you're handling him, but other than that, it's not that big of a problem. So pretty enjoyable build. In conclusion, I do recommend this kit. I think he looks cool. He's fun to play with. He has a lot of options in terms of posability, and he's also a pretty stable build. So no matter if you use this or not, he's gonna stand up fine on his own. However, I do recommend that you use the stand just to lift them up a bit, so you have a little more room to move these beams around, because the beams are longer than his body if you stretch him out completely. So do put it up a little bit so it looks like he's in the middle of action. So I hope this review was helpful. I'm still new to doing reviews, so I'll keep working at it. If you have any tips, if there's anything specific you want to know when I do a review, just put your questions and comments down below, and I'll try to take them into account when I make other reviews, okay? So thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot to grow the channel, and I can bring more videos to you guys. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye bye.